The most expensive ship in the world is not just a vessel of steel and technology but a symbol of national ambition, strategic dominance, and enormous financial power. At the very top of this list stands the USS Gerald R. Ford, an American aircraft carrier that is not only the largest warship ever built but also the most advanced and costly, belonging to the United States Navy. The story of this ship is one that stretches from the drawing board to the open sea, weaving together decades of research, innovation, political debates, budget controversies, and the constant quest to maintain superiority on the high seas. When nations speak of projecting power, securing sea lanes, and ensuring deterrence, they are often speaking about aircraft carriers, and in this arena, the Gerald R. Ford is the crown jewel. Its total estimated cost surpasses $13 billion for construction alone, with lifetime operating costs climbing into the hundreds of billions. This price tag makes it the most expensive ship in the world, a record it holds not merely because of its size but because of the cutting-edge technologies embedded in every corner of its structure. The United States built this ship as the first of a new class of carriers designed to replace the legendary Nimitz-class vessels that have served for decades. The Gerald R. Ford represents a generational leap, designed to serve well into the 22nd century. Its construction began in 2005 at Newport News Shipbuilding in Virginia, the only shipyard in the United States capable of building nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. The journey was long, filled with engineering challenges, delays, and budget overruns, yet the final product became a marvel of naval engineering. The vessel stretches over 1,100 feet in length, its displacement exceeds 100,000 tons, and it carries a crew of more than 4,500 when fully staffed with air wings. It is essentially a floating city, a fortress, and an airport combined, capable of launching and recovering aircraft with precision and speed that no other nation can match. What sets the Gerald R. Ford apart is its advanced technology. Unlike older carriers that rely on steam catapults to launch planes, this ship uses the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMALS. This revolutionary system allows smoother, more powerful launches, reduces stress on aircraft, and makes it possible to launch a greater variety of planes, including lighter drones. Alongside EMALS, the ship features the Advanced Arresting Gear System, which ensures safer and more efficient recovery of aircraft. These two systems alone represent billions of dollars in research and development, and while they faced numerous setbacks during testing, they are now operational and symbolize the technological edge the U.S. seeks to maintain. Powering this massive ship are two newly designed nuclear reactors, each capable of producing 3 times the energy of those on the Nimitz-class carriers. This surplus energy is not only essential for operating the advanced systems but also ensures the ship is ready for future technologies, such as directed energy weapons like lasers or advanced radar systems that will require immense amounts of power. With these reactors, the Gerald R. Ford can operate for 25 years without refueling, a testament to the endurance and autonomy designed into the ship. The carrier's air wing is equally impressive. It can house more than 75 aircraft, including F/A-18 Super Hornets, EA-18G Growlers, E-2D Hawkeye early warning aircraft, and the cutting-edge F-35C Lightning II stealth fighters. The integration of the F-35C is especially important, as it brings stealth capabilities and advanced sensor systems to carrier operations, making the Ford not only a platform for projecting conventional air power but also a node in a network-centric warfare environment. This means the ship does not fight alone, it coordinates with satellites, drones, submarines, and allied forces across vast distances. The price of the ship reflects not only its hardware but also the extensive research behind it. Thousands of engineers, scientists, and technicians contributed to its design, while tens of thousands of workers at shipyards and defense contractors across the United States built its components. Every radar system, missile defense battery, elevator, and aircraft maintenance facility on board has been optimized for speed, efficiency, and survivability. For instance, the carrier's aircraft elevators, which move planes between the hangar deck and the flight deck, are electromagnetic rather than hydraulic, enabling faster, quieter, and safer operations. Defensively, the Gerald R. Ford is protected by multiple layers of security. It carries the RIM-162 Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles to intercept incoming threats, rolling airframe missiles for close-in defense, and phalanx CIWS systems that use radar-guided 20mm Gatling guns to shoot down incoming missiles and aircraft. Its radar systems are state-of-the-art, providing unparalleled situational awareness and tracking capabilities. In addition to these active defenses, the sheer size and compartmentalization of the ship give it resilience against damage. The U.S. Navy has designed it to survive and continue fighting even after sustaining significant hits, which makes it one of the most secure assets afloat. The Gerald R. Ford is more than a ship, it is a strategic asset. It embodies America's commitment to maintaining global dominance of the seas. Aircraft carriers are unique because they can project air power anywhere in the world without relying on foreign bases. With the Ford, the United States can rapidly respond to crises, deter adversaries, and reassure allies. This flexibility is part of why the cost, however astronomical, is justified in the eyes of U.S. policymakers. While critics argue that the ship is too expensive, vulnerable to modern missiles, or an outdated concept in an age of hypersonic weapons, the U.S. Navy insists that carriers remain indispensable. No other platform can provide the same level of sustained, mobile air power far from home shores. The political debates surrounding the Gerald R. Ford were intense. Congress scrutinized the budget repeatedly, as costs rose from initial estimates of around $10 billion to over $13 billion. Delays in the delivery of EMALS, advanced arresting gear, and other systems pushed back the ship's commissioning, leading to criticism that the Navy had rushed to field unproven technologies. Yet proponents argued that these setbacks were inevitable in a project of such unprecedented scale and that the lessons learned would benefit future ships of the Ford class. Indeed, the U.S. has already begun construction on additional ships in this class, which will incorporate the lessons from the first and come at a slightly lower cost per vessel. The Gerald R. Ford also represents continuity with tradition. Named after the 38th President of the United States, who served in the Navy during World War II, the ship carries not only military might but also symbolic value. Aircraft carriers have long been a measure of a nation's naval prestige, and with the Ford, the U.S. demonstrates that it is still willing to invest more than any other country to maintain supremacy. Other nations, such as China with its new aircraft carriers and Russia with its modernization programs, aspire to challenge U.S. dominance, but no ship currently rivals the Gerald R. Ford in terms of capability or cost. While the Ford is undeniably the most expensive military ship, it is also worth noting that some luxury yachts built for billionaires rival naval vessels in price, though not in capability. For instance, yachts owned by Middle Eastern royalty or Russian oligarchs have been reported to cost billions of dollars, laden with luxury features like swimming pools, submarines, and missile defense systems. Yet these remain symbols of private wealth, not national power. The Gerald R. Ford, in contrast, is a tool of statecraft, a visible reminder of America's reach. The expense of the Gerald R. Ford also lies in its role as the prototype of a new class. The cost of research, development, and testing are all concentrated in this first vessel, making it more expensive than future carriers of the same design. Over time, as more Ford-class carriers are built, the unit cost is expected to decrease. Still, even the later ships will remain among the most expensive in the world, with price tags in the tens of billions. From a strategic perspective, the Ford addresses one of the United States' core military doctrines: the ability to fight and win two wars in different regions simultaneously. To achieve this, the U.S. Navy requires multiple carriers ready for deployment at any given time. The Gerald R. Ford ensures that this capability remains intact as older Nimitz-class carriers retire. Its design incorporates automation and efficiency improvements that reduce crew requirements compared to its predecessors, promising long-term savings in personnel costs. The training and operational readiness associated with the ship also contribute to its cost. Thousands of sailors undergo specialized training to operate its advanced systems. Exercises at sea involve not just the carrier itself but the entire carrier strike group, which includes destroyers, cruisers, submarines, and supply ships. Together, these create a formidable force capable of dominating vast areas of ocean and influencing events on land. The Gerald R. Ford's story is still being written. As it completes its initial deployments, it will prove its capabilities in real-world conditions, demonstrating whether the investment has achieved its goals. Already, early reports suggest that it can launch more sorties per day than the Nimitz-class, thanks to its advanced launch and recovery systems. This higher operational tempo means it can project more power in less time, a crucial factor in any conflict. For the United States, the Gerald R. Ford is a statement of intent. It says to allies and adversaries alike that America remains committed to naval supremacy, no matter the cost. It reflects the belief that control of the seas is essential for control of global trade, influence, and security. While technology will continue to evolve, and while threats from missiles, drones, and cyber warfare grow more complex, the aircraft carrier remains at the center of America's strategy, with the Gerald R. Ford leading the way. The title of the world's most expensive ship belongs firmly to this American giant, and in many ways, it could not belong to any other nation. Only the United States possesses the combination of wealth, technological prowess, and strategic necessity to build such a vessel. Other countries will continue to pursue their own carriers, and some may challenge U.S. dominance in specific regions, but the Gerald R. Ford remains unmatched in scale, ambition, and cost. It is a ship that embodies not just military might but also the broader story of human ingenuity, the politics of power, and the price a nation is willing to pay to remain at the top.